The difference between myself and most other people in the finance industry is one word, effectively: empathy. Empathy can stop, listen, take in all of the message that the client's listening to and communicating to me. And then understanding and putting myself in their shoes. If I was the business owner, what would I want to do? Would I want to make me a lot of money? No. Would I want to create steps that help their business to move forward, not just today, but in a couple of years' time, in 10 years' time? That's the sort of person they're needing. Anyone can arrange finance. Obviously, you need licenses and all those sort of things, but you need someone who is going to listen and, I use the word again, empathy. They're going to be there and find the best solution for that client. We mentioned earlier about sometimes you forego looking after a client right now because it's not the right time for them. Other times you'll look at consolidating. Other times you'll look at changing the structure of their business to help them best do what they do. So we become like a sounding board where I'll throw ideas, they will communicate their thoughts, and then we will find the best solution for them. And sometimes that solution is to do nothing. Sometimes that solution is to use a different method of finance that they never would have thought of. Now, many times that means that our business actually doesn't earn anything or earns much less in it, but it helps that client. One of my goals for my business long term is to be able to walk down the street, look someone in the eye that I've done finance for 5, 10, 20 years ago, and be able to smile at them, shake their hand, see them, look at them in the eye, and know that I did the right thing by them. And they know I did the right thing by them. Life is too hard to go and rip people off. Life's too hard to go and try and do the best by yourself at the expense of somebody else. I love to see people that I've done finance for, or people I've helped, whether in life as general, or in business, or in church, or in family, or in whatever it may be in community, and see them down the track and they look up, give me a smile. That's the integrity in what you do on a daily basis. And that's why I love doing what I do.
Cool.
I'm going to go back a little bit in time. One of the first finance deals I did within our own business was for a company which was actually a national company. They're an architectural firm and they've been operating for 10, 15 years. And they were having struggles with their financing of a simple photocopier because the financiers they were using were asking for the 7 directors guarantees. There were 7 directors. They were asking for this. They were asking for that. I like to use the words they were asking for the colour of their undies. Okay? I came in, listened, found out what they really needed, did my research with some financiers, found one that actually would meet their needs. It was a $17,000 photocopier. That's when photocopiers were a little bit more expensive. That created the solution. Over the next 10 years, I did $8 million worth of business with that particular client. Simply because I listened and I understood what their needs were. I went outside the box to find the solution. We benefited, great, But they benefit, and I'm still friends with those people. I'm still friends with that business. Again, I can look at them in the eye and smile, and they will do the same thing back to me. So one of the really cool success stories over the last few months has been that I actually helped a client with purchasing of a motor vehicle. And he was in the middle of refinancing a home, restructuring his own financial planning and all those sort of things. And within his business, he needed a motor vehicle that would allow him to present well to clients, but also just upgrade that car to a much better quality car. But the big concern was, can I refinance my home and do all these other things, which he was doing already, but not had that be affected by the financing of a motor vehicle within the business for him? So again, we listened to the story, found out what the needs were. He'd found a great car. He just needed something simple, the finance simple. He didn't want many applications on his credit file, all those things which can hurt a business if you're not careful. So we went and did our due diligence. We went and spoke to a funder who we got a great rate from, found the solution for the client, made sure that there was only one search done on their file so their credit score was not ruined, but also just as much as anything else. And this is the statement I used earlier about listening and empathy. What we did was we made sure for his mortgage that the serviceability on this loan was not going to hurt his application for his mortgage. So he knew that he could put this loan in with this monthly payment and it was not going to hinder the mortgage application he was putting in. Went through cleanly, and he was very satisfied with what we did. And again, we were satisfied. You get a good feeling when you help somebody. Does it always go perfectly? No. We're not living in a perfect world. But the integrity of being in there to help somebody, the integrity of listening to somebody, means that if something doesn't quite go exactly right, there's some grace there usually because the intention's right and you've done the right thing by that person. The equity they needed to build what they were building within their family.
Right.
Now, that's the business answer. But the home answer was less stress. The home answer was wife and husband were happy. The home answer was that because they were saving money on this vehicle compared to their old vehicle, it became easier for them to manage life. They're the real success stories of running a business. Because a business person goes home, and if he can be happy at home, then there's a good chance he's going to be happy within his business.
Which brings more success to the business.
Which ultimately brings more success to the business because they are energized. There are two main goals for what we'd like to achieve within priority funding and within where we're moving forward. The catch cry of the business is to make priority funding your financier of choice. So having business people choose priority funding, choose David and Wendy Pryor and their team. That will always be one of my main goals within the business. Not me going out and seeking new business, but people choosing to use us for the first time, the 20th time, the 100th time, because we have done something, we've created something of integrity, of substance that they know they can trust. And in a world where people tend to lose trust very quickly, trusting a finance person is incredibly important. It's not just a finance person, it's someone who's actually helping their business. The other goal within the business is actually to become our own finance company. We are on a journey to actually raise our own funds to become the lender of the funds, and that allows us then to help structure even more than a broker does. It allows us to be the ultimate decision maker in the process. Financiers we use are great, but we are still restricted to a certain degree by the nuances of those financiers. We won't fund and buy every deal ourselves, but we will create solutions for people that may not be able to be done by other funders. 2025, where will the business be? Number one, it will still be a business that is a financier of choice for people, because that is our ethos. It'll still be a business that is showing integrity to people, showing empathy to people. But it will be a business that has the ability to fund within its own funding lines. It'll be a business that can look after finance brokers, accountants, equipment suppliers, professionals, SME, small and medium businesses. It'll be a business that will move with technology. Wherever technology goes, we will continue to move with it. So our current era is working with customer relationship management systems, CRM systems. It's using website marketing, SEO. We will continue to see where the market goes and try and be one of the forefront funders in that market. Whether that means online systems or whether nuances within the finance industry change and we move with those nuances. But the beauty is that we're not stuck down by bureaucracy. We're not stuck with, I have to do it this way because it's the way I've done it for a million years. The ability for us to grow with the business, to grow with individuals, and grow with society is an incredibly important part of the business. That's shown by, for the first 15 years within Priority Funding, we only ever did equipment finance. We didn't touch anything else because that was our niche. That was our...
Like IT?
Correct, yes. So we did mostly rental of technology equipment which had an obsolescence rate. We then found that we were able to offer other funding facilities for equipment that would last 10, 20, 30 years. We then brought in unsecured lending facilities, invoice financing, funding of actual businesses. So someone purchasing a takeaway shop, we're able to fund that, the purchase of the business. So it's moving and listening, and part of that heart of wanting to help businesses, you hear a need, you help to meet that need. You create a solution for that need. And that won't stop.